How you doing?
In honor of making my last fursuit, I wanted to show you all my other fursuits that I've made in past years from start to finish. So how I'm going to do this is I'll show you the fursuit head and then talk a little bit about my character. I completely forgot to say my name. My name is Fun. Yeah. The first fursuit head I've ever done is this. Yikes. Here. His name is Scar, and he is one of my first characters. And you can tell that because I made him when I was probably about 11 or 12, so you can tell that by the name, because he has a scar on his eye. His personality is basically just a grumpy wolf that doesn't like anybody, but the one person he does like, Ian, his husband, he met him while Scar was about to drown in a river, and Ian saved him. That basically led up to their eventual relationship and marriage. So that's a little bit about him, but I do have another fursuit of him, and you can see how the design has changed. I do like this one better, but it's still not the best because my style with fursuits has changed a lot in the past. Well, it hasn't even been a year since I made this, I think. Around a year maybe, but my style still changed a lot since then. I mean, the teeth, I'm not really happy with the mouth, and the eyes are the wrong kind of mesh. Overall, I think it's a pretty good fursuit, but not completely happy with it. Okay, next one. This is Shia, my second ever fursuit. Ouch. I mean, the cardboard teeth, the paracord hair. I did not use hot glue for these ears. I used Elmer's glue. I mean, I was 13. I did not make some good decisions. But overall, an improvement from my first fursuit. Honestly, character-wise, she doesn't have much of a personality, I'd say. She's confident, but that's about all I gave her. And yeah, over the years, she hasn't really had much character growth, which I probably should get on that, honestly. But I don't know. She's an okay character. One of my first. Just so you know, I keep having to take breaks because I'm not used to wearing a mask, and I honestly don't like wearing masks because I can't really breathe that good in them, and it gets really hot. So, just so you know, I'm very professional here. I'm not professional at all, I swear. I'm not good at this. This is the first of the Nixes. So this one actually represented me a while ago. Not sure how old when I made him, but yeah. I think the nose is, or like the snout is way too big and the eyes are too small. And I'm my worst critic and blah blah blah, but he's okay. I mean, I made him when I was about like 14 or so. I remember. But yeah. And the second Nyx right here. This one is, I think, a lot cuter than the one before. I mean, bigger eyes, tongue sticking out, really cute, but still not made well. And, I mean, I don't make any of my projects that well, really, because they're for me unless someone commissions me. So, oh, and just so you know, I do not have commissions from people online because I don't know how to do any of that stuff, and quality wouldn't be good, and I don't want to do that. So, now this is based after my past dog. Her name's Sadie. I think this is better than the last one. Like, eyes are a bit smaller. Things are a little bit more proportionate, but the ears bother me. Like, they're just laying there and they don't really have any shape. I mean, she was an old dog, so she was really, like, lazy, I'd say, sleeping a lot. But I wanted to make her as if she was, like, younger and had more energy, and that's basically what I did here. This is the first of the mochas, the one I actually started my channel with, to be honest. This one is, like, I mean, I like him. He's not, like, the quality isn't as good as, like, the fursuits I have now, but I think he's basically the mascot of this channel, and he, I think, is my fursona. I mean, I don't really feel a huge connection with him, but more than my other characters. Like, he's supposed to represent the, like, lazy, chill side of me. I guess the one obsessed with caffeine and coffee. Because he loves coffee. But, I mean, yeah, so that's him. And then we have the newer version of Mocha that's from a year later. Can you believe it? I've been here for over a year now, but yeah. This is him. He looks a lot newer, not a lot cleaner. He has 2 tongues. So, magnetic tongues. He has a pickable nose, and I love him. He was one of my first characters, and over time I've just, like, grown to see myself in him. And I think that's what a fursona is. But yeah, but I've kind of grown out of, like, this kind of persona, I guess. So I use a new character to represent myself. So, oh, and I made this mask somewhere in between these 2 fursuits. If there's a different camera angle, it just means that my phone tried to fall to its demise. But next to this is Bo. And I really like him. I mean, the suit, I really like the character. The suit could use a bit of work. He's a bit heavy because his ears. Just smack myself in the face there. And I think he's pretty good, pretty recent. And by recent, I mean over a year ago I made him. But yeah, the eyes still wasn't using the good mesh. So this character, he only speaks Norwegian, and I mean, he's from Norway, and he has the power to turn creatures into other animals, which I think is pretty cool, and I think tells a lot about myself and my alter humanity, but we will not get to that today. I mean, I think there was a point where I was obsessed with Norway for a bit, and I don't know why, but I mean, still kind of want to move there. I even learned Norwegian for a bit. But yeah, that's him. I decided to sit back a bit more. This is Noon. She is, well, as you can see, she's an angel. And I think this is one of my cooler suits. Vision, terrible. I mean, you're only looking out of like these. So, absolutely horrible. But she's a mix between a seraphim and a wolf. Which, I mean, pretty cool. She's a few thousand years old and pretty young compared to other angels of her kind. And very. So when I made this character, I was thinking of like. I wanted an elegance to her, but she was also like chaotic and did things not expected of an angel. Like does things to harm people. But she has that elegance of, oh, I wouldn't harm you. Like, trust me. And then you trust her because she's an angel, but she looks terrifying. And just that creepy little grin. But, yeah. So, next fursuit. This is Skylar. So, I don't know if you know this show called Eddsworld. It's from YouTube. And, well, he is supposed to live in that universe. So he's a shapeshifter. So this is his dragon form, and he has a human form. And in that universe, he works for Tord and his army and stuff like that. And I used to like drawing him, just interacting with the characters, and it was fun. But something about him is he spent like 28 years of his life living alone in the woods, living as a dragon. So then suddenly he sees this person, Tord, and he's like, I like you. You're cool. But, yeah. That's him. But I cannot get into every aspect of his life because that would take way too long and I don't have the energy for that. So you guys are gonna have to wait another time, I guess, if I feel like explaining that. And the camera keeps changing. I don't care. It's fine. My phone keeps falling over, and yes, I am filming this on a phone. I'm very unprofessional. If I haven't said that before, I have said it before. My next fursuit has taken a much different turn, as in mostly unfurred, because he's a skull, so why would I fur him? But this is Twig, and he's a Wendigo, or I'd say I don't have too much information on Wendigos, but what he is he basically has a human form and this form. So yeah, and his character is he basically just lives in like creepy areas in my head. But he's pretty chill overall. So that's him. Ooh, I do not like him from the front. And on to my final suit. Oh, as of recording this, I finished them yesterday. So this is Asher. Something about them is they lived in, I'm thinking probably like the 1200s or something like that. And one day they stumbled onto a portal which brought them to my mind. And I just say that I have a little place in my mind where my characters live, and they just basically chill there, I guess, live their lives. But, I mean, he was basically, or they were basically a, just think of like old tavern. They're from Norway. I like Norway. Um, they can speak and write in Old Norse, specifically Elder Futhrok, and they just have a lot of Norse culture tied to them. So, yeah, that's basically it for all my fursuits that I've done. There are a lot of fursuits that I don't have access to anymore. A good few of them I gave to my ex because I was practicing making fursuits, and none of them are really professional. I don't really care. But I was practicing making fursuits, and it's like, oh, can I use your characters? Your characters look cool. And then he was like, yeah, sure, that'd be fun. And so I just ended up making his characters and then giving the fursuits to him. But yeah, and then some of them I have had commissioned. So someone like a few years ago, someone like a year ago, and it's like, oh, when is she gonna order the rest of her fursuit? I'm like, but it's fine. But yeah. So my next short, I will give you a hint on what it is because I think it's really cool, and there's something finished over there. It has something to do with like Vikings and fur, and I think it'll look really cool. So I need to get that finished before I share it with all of you. But I really just want to make like a community here because that would be a really nice thing to have and somewhere I can kind of escape to make my creations and then share it with all of you because I don't really have much people to share my creations with in the real world, I guess. So if you guys tag along for the ride, that would be great. And I don't know, how are y'all doing? Tell me how you're doing. If you're having a good day, tell me about it. If you're having a bad day, tell me about it. I'll be here to help, I guess. Help as much as I can. But I don't know, tell me about yourselves. I would really like to know. Like, don't share anything too personal. Not on the internet. No. Don't do that. That's bad. But if you guys want to tell me something, do it. That'd be cool. Alright. I will see you all later and probably share something else with you to craft. I will share a craft with you. Okay, bye.